Okay, I'm starting a little early. I just wanted to warm up and see if there was any computer issues. If anyone is listening or watching, can you put something in the chat and tell me if you can hear me or not? I'm going to start a warm up at 160. I'm going to use a vamping pattern for 3 minutes. I'm going to play 4 measures of right with the right hand, eighth notes. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth. Let me get that other mouse. Oh. Okay. If there's anybody in there, please help me out. All right. I'm going to vamp. Here we go. Two, three, four. Two, four. 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 people watching. Could you guys hear me? Knock, knock. I'm trying to get this correct, so I would need some help here. Okay. That's how I like to loosen up sometimes, other than just doing full strokes. I've been doing full strokes just about since for a long time. A long, long time. And, you know, I want to put a little salt and pepper on it and consolidate, for example, my practice time. So if I'm playing just full strokes, and I'm not going to use no foot right now, I'm just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's my full stroke. So if I go to the metronome, and let's go down to 60, nice and easy. I know, let's go a little slower. Come on, metronome. Let's go to, let's try 40, that's slow. Kipper Tool, could you hear me? All right, good. How you doing? Now, there's a lot involved here. It's not just doing, with this next exercise, I'm going to consolidate my practice. All right, I'm going to play, that's my quarter note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 4. One more time. 1 2 3 4. Vamp. 1 2 3 4. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper on that. When I say salt and pepper, let's have a little fun and consolidate our practicing, you know, developing the foot, the coordination, and get a little bit of a linear concept. Now, when I throw out that word linear, I'm talking about the Western definition of linear. There's also an Eastern definition of linear, and that's an entirely different discussion whatsoever. When I'm thinking linear right now, I'm just thinking one straight line of rhythm, like 1 E and da, 1 E and da, 2 E and da, 3 E and da, 4 E and da. Now, according to the way the Western civilization teaches that, that is one measure of linear, straight line of 16th notes. Now, what I'm going to do is do the full strokes again, and I'm going to make it, it is a linear line when I'm playing it, but like I said, I'm going to put a little salt and a little pepper with that. So, here we go. We're going to go still at 40. Doing it, that's too slow. I'm going to fall asleep. It's best to really do it slow. Let me try, I got to put my foot here. Let me try 60. That's the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's how I'm taking it as the quarter note, and I'm playing just the top. Now I'm going to add a bass drum in there, and we're going to fill in the blanks. For example, I'm playing 1 and 2 and. So I want to fill in the E and the da. 1 E and da to my foot. That's a heck of a workout. You understand that, gentlemen? Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. That's line 3. Line 5. Put a little salt and pepper on doing full strokes. I mean, I sit here and do full strokes. It's essential just to get a nice feel and a nice warm up, a nice sound. Make sure that my right hand and my left hand are equal. Plus, now I just took it to another place with the bass drum. It's sort of consolidating, like getting a linear concept going on. Now, that word is used very lightly, and I'm just going to, you accept it as linear, straight line of rhythm. Not a problem. Does everybody agree with that or no? Because today what I want to do is I have 2 formulas, stick control formulas I want to work with. No responses. Well, I am 10 minutes early. And I just think, you know, I'm going to start at 12. Oh, boonga bunga. Now, the simple paradiddle. When we're doing a paradiddle, everybody says do some paradiddles. It's just commonplace. You're gonna go right side and left side, like right, left, right, left. Now, when I do that, I have to get the levels in there. It's like down, up, tap, tap. That's what's occurring. See that? No matter what speed I play it at, this is occurring. See that? Now, if you want to get technical about a lot of things, we're going to get technical. That is considered to me an alternating paradiddle. Right? Going to start the next with the left. Now, I'm being very regimented, very disciplined. And this is for instructional reasons. I'm not sitting there behind my drum set and playing this. That's what's occurring with a paradiddle. Now, the movement, we're going to talk about the levels. That's going to be down, downstroke, upstroke, tap, tap. Downstroke, upstroke, tap, tap. Now, the reason why I come down is to hit an accent. The reason why I come up is to get in position for the up-and-coming accent. And the taps are to finish the paradiddle out. So that's an alternating paradiddle. Down, up, tap, tap, down. That's quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing eighth notes now. 16ths. Yeah, that's an alternating paradiddle. We all know that. Now, if somebody said, play it to the right side, just right hand, right, left, right, 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 left, right, right. Something's going to happen here with the level system. Okay? I'm going to start in this position. And like I said, when I sit behind my drum set, if I'm playing music, this is for exercising reasons and instructional reasons. I'm going to be very regimented, and I'm going to display what is occurring slow. So now, I'm going to play a right-hand paradiddle, which I refer to as right hand. That's the right-hand lead. Right, left, right, 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 left, right, right, over and over again to the right side. Notice I'm in position to attack it. The action coming up, right, left, right, 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 left, right, right. See that? So I'm doing a right-hand paradiddle. Okay, now, here's the movement for that. I'm going to hit the accent on 1. I keep my stick down. Okay, now I'm going to hit the E, which is a tap. E, and 2 rights, and it has to be an upstroke, because now I'm in position to attack the accent again. It's down, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. Now, when I'm playing right-hand paradiddles or left-hand paradiddles, I'm not thinking about that. Like I said, I keep emphasizing this is for instructional reasons. That's the right. Now, the left is just the same thing, but it's starting with the left hand. Downstroke, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. So on and so forth. Now, I've come up with a formula, and I just love the stick control book, as everybody knows. And because it's helped me out, it's helped my students out, but it's just the brilliance of George Lawrence Stone. And I keep getting in trouble every time I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I believe that, I say 95% of what you play on a drum kit comes off that page, 5, 6, and 7. That's a very, we can get into a big conversation. That's about a 3-day conversation. But just, that's how I feel. So and I'm going to throw that away. We just played the right-hand paradiddle with the right-hand lead, left-hand paradiddle with the left-hand lead. Now, I come up with a combination. I'm going to reference off the stick control book, and we'll start this one on line 3, where I have 2 rights and 2 lefts. Right, right, left, left. Now, the formula I'm going to do is going to make R become a right-hand paradiddle. So if I have right, 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 I'd have. And if I have left, it'd be. Okay? Now let's go to line 3, which is right, right, left, left. I'll play it a little bit, then I'll break it down. I'm going to play medium tempo. Slower. This is great for your hands. Okay, now let's break it down. 2 right hand paradiddles, and yet I'm always in position to nail that action that's coming up with the either right or left, because I'm putting myself in position. And that's called the level system, and we'll get into that in a second. So now I'm going to do 2 right hand paradiddles, but the motion and what's occurring is going to be different, because I'm going to put myself in different positions. Right, left, right, 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 left, right, right. Looky. I'm in position to hit that. Now, what inspired me to do this, or come up with the formula, if you have Master Studies 2 by Joe Morello, sort of this is in there. But that's not where I got it really from. It's when I studied with Joe Morello, when I used to come into his studio, we used to just fool around and see different ways to do the stick control book. And over like a 30-year period of on and off lessons, and I've come up with a tremendous amount of things, thanks to my creativity, but for Joe for inspiring and squeezing out my creativity. So I just need to keep talking. Anyway, is there any questions on that, gentlemen? 2 right hand paradiddles, 2 left hands. I'm doing line 3 with the formula. So I have right, left, right, 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 left, right, right, left, right, left, 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 right, left. Now right. What I like to do, I have a timer. Let me just put the tempo up and say 72, make it a little faster. And what I like to do with the timer, I'll put a timer on, say, for 3 minutes, and I'll stay on the line. It's still a little too slow. Just maybe up it a little bit. Man, come on, let's go. I don't want to go to sleep. Let me hit 90. All right, now, that's a pretty good tempo. And I put my timer on, which I have here, and I keep it on for 3 minutes, 3-minute increments. And say, for example, I want to do line 3. Now, I'm going to do it for 3 minutes. I hope you don't get bored. And if you have any questions, you can see it, hear it, and ask questions. Okay, gentlemen? Come on. All right. There you go. At 90, line 3. 2, 3, 4. That was only for a minute. I don't want to bore you. You see, it's really a workout, and your hands are going to get very loose. I would not recommend directly going to that when you start practicing to loosen up. And that was line 3. Let's take another line. Oh, come on, Mesh. Come on. There you go. Computers are funny. Okay, we're going to go to, does everybody hear me? I mean, there's 4 people in the room, and only one guy, that's Kipper, responded. So tell me if anybody wants the PDFs on today's lesson with the formulas. Here's my email. And if you want Skype, You can Skype me. If you want to get on this video, I can put you on there to ask me questions. If you have Skype, you call me on Skype and I'll put you on there. But you need headphones. Hey Joe, you're not interrupting by saying hi. All right, let's do line 5. That's right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So I'm doing a right hand paradiddle, left hand paradiddle, 2 right hand paradiddles, back to the left, right, left, left. I'll do it slow. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, 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 left, right, right. But notice I'm always in position to attack. All right, that's what I do. That's where your speed is. You're preparing for the next thing. I kind of associate that too, and it's really funny because everybody thinks I'm a schoolyard bully or whatever. But I associate that to boxing or to martial arts. It's like if you were boxing, let me just show you what I'm talking about. To get the speed, it's not you say, well, he's got fast hands. All right, well, the reason why he has fast hands, if he's like this and he throws a punch, he don't leave it out there. He brings it back. So he's always like this, bringing it back, bringing it back. And that's what you're doing here with the stick, coming back. Always in position. Okay, so now, what we have now, that was line 5. I keep getting confused there. All right, so I have another, this is a one surface and hand exercise. You could do 1 through 72 with this formula, but each one of these lines has a different motion, and that's the journey to prepare yourself for the next motion or the up and coming accent. That's the level system. All right, and if you don't know the levels, speak up and I'll explain it to you. Gentlemen, do we all know the levels? Yes, no? Just say Y for yes, N for no. If you don't, I don't mind explaining them because that's what this is about. Okay, I guess everybody explains, excuse me. Everybody understands the downstroke, the tap, the upstroke, and the free stroke. Control strokes. That's the level. Joe, you understand. Thank you, Joe. How about you, Mr. Kipper? 6 guys watching and 1 responding. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, let me explain it. You know, we have your drummers. You shouldn't be shy. Speak up. Okay, here we go. Let me explain very quickly the level system. If I'm playing straight 8th notes like this, and I want to accent, I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I want to accent 1, 2, 3, 4, Kipper, hi, oh, you understand it. 1 and 2. Do we know each other, Mr. Kipper? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's down, up, down, up. I'm always putting myself in position to nail that. Now, like I said, you know, practicing, I mean, you can't practice everything every day because you'll never go to sleep. And then when you finish, you got to start all over again. So it's an endless journey. And yet we all are on the same journey. And that's to understand the language of music and your instrument and going forward and learning as much as you possibly can. No competition or no attitudes. That's success. So someday when you're 90 years old, you'll be doing what I'm doing on YouTube. That's successful. It's just that I love doing what I do. I want to share what I know to whoever wants to listen and whoever wants to contribute back to me and give me their approach or their concept. Man, I'm more than willing to listen because when I get up in the morning, I just can't wait until to see what I'm learning for the day, what's new. Now, like I said, you can do line 1 through 72. Each one of these exercises, each one of these lines has its own personality. Now you might, for example, I don't have the stick control book. Let's do 4 rights, which is line 13. 1, and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, with the formula, right, left, right, right, or left, right, left, left, and making the R equal this, and the L equal this. Okay, so now I'm going to play 4 rights and 4 lefts with the formula. Okay? Just have a good time with it. It's your journey into learning the levels. We're not doing anything to this is not what you call molar. I don't know what they call molar. This is just a natural approach. It's the laws of physics. If I hold my stick here and throw it down, I have an action, and that's the opposite reaction. Yes, I control the stick because I threw it down and followed it back and stopped it. That's the laws of physics. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. I throw down and follow back. That's called the free stroke. Okay? There's no molar. It's not like this. Now, when I do that, I'm not gonna, you know, if you understand molar, I don't know what molar is. I was never taught molar. I was taught the natural approach in the level system. And, you know, from what I see like this, yeah, there is a motion. And you see the elbow come in and strike down. Well, that elbow, I was taught, was called a pumping motion. I'm going to play triplets with the accent on the first stroke of the triplet. That's just from my wrist. Now, if I want an up-tempo, look at my elbow. The stick remains in the same place. My body changes to provide that action at that speed. I learned that one from Joe Morello. I mean, you know, and I kept it. Even with the left hand, I don't know if you can see it. But I'm going, you see the elbow come in and down. The elbow actually comes in and hits my body, or it comes in, it doesn't have to hit your body before the accent. Because I'm putting myself in position. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, now, that's the first formula. Do we have any questions on that, gentlemen? I mean, you know, that's only one approach to this exercise. There is a drum set application to this, and you can be funky with this as well. You could approach it as an exercise for a drum kit, and I don't know, can everybody hear my bass drum? I have a bass drum pad. Like I tell everybody, I cannot put the drum set on this channel because you will receive it like my drums sound like garbage cans. If you want to hear drum application, I apologize. I'm not trying to sell anything, but I do have a website where I stream three times a week at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That you can see drum set applications. It's very inexpensive. It's $14.99 for the month, which is renewable every month if you decide to stay. And every month you get 2, 4, 6 times 4, 24 lessons with the PDF sheet. And, if needed, a video. Now, the other one thing I have is a 6-month proposition. I guess proposition, whatever. All right? 6 months for $59.99. That's 144 lessons for $60. If anybody's doing it any cheaper than that, let me know because I want to go check it out. But I think it's well worth it. That's 3 times a week with the video, if needed, plus PDF sheets. So if you want to check it out, I have my website up on top, I think. Well, I don't know if they would email me. I'll give you my website and email me if you'd like the PDFs on today. Now, I was saying, went off on track again. We're doing this on one surface. Now, I could do a substitution thing. I don't know how this is going to work out because I got all my stuff on here, but I'll try it. Okay, gentlemen? What I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute. I'm playing a paradiddle, an alternating right-hand paradiddle, left-hand paradiddle. Now I'm going to say, okay, let's substitute the right for the bass drum. We all hear that? So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we do line 3, which is right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. So on and so forth. That's a drum set application that I do on my drum set. Now, that's the beginning. And if I don't want to extend it any further, but I just might play quarter notes up here. It's hard to do this on the drum pad. Let's pretend this is my hi-hat. So I'm going to give this as my tempo. I'm hitting the hi-hat as 1E and the 2E and 3E and the 4. Then I'm going to play the paradiddle alternating between the right foot and the left foot. I mean left hand, excuse me. Now you can approach that as an exercise, a workout, or you could expand on it and make it a funk pattern. You can do combinations here. You can do this with 72 lines. So that's why the book is just a great book. Now, that takes care of the first formula I wanted to work with. Anybody have any questions on this? But this is so hard to do on the computer. Man, I can't see nobody. And there's such a delay with this stuff. If you have any kind of questions, please step forward, because I don't want to go on if you don't know. And you should not be ashamed of not knowing. You're not certain? Let's use that word. If you're not certain of what I just did, just say, pass it by me, do it again. That's all. Do we all understand what I just did? 6 guys. Nobody's answering. Okay. Should I move on to the second formula? Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man? You can live out loud. It's a happy place. It's a happy world. When you play the drums, you should be serious. Don't look mean. Just look happy and laugh. Okay. Now, the other formula is using singles. Okay, like 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and using doubles. Is that Kevin? Oh, it's Boston? All right, I thought it was another Kevin. So now we're using singles, doubles, singles. Sorry about that last one. That's called control. That's where you get it from, stick control. Now, I saw Kenny Arnoff do this at a clinic. Man, the guy's got a great set of hands. And everybody thinks because he played with John Cougar, that's all, he's a rock drummer. And he's a hard hitter. Well, for that kind of environment, for that kind of group, and for the concerts that he did, yeah, he was hitting hard. But I also heard him with a big band a couple times. And I seen him do a couple hand technique lessons. The man has dynamics, and he has great chops. And because I mentioned Kenny Arnoff, I'm going to have him. There's no date set on this, but it will happen some kind of Sunday, either next month or the month after. He's going to be doing an appearance on here, not in my studio, but on Skype, and he's going to be talking to us or talking to me. I'll be having an interview. So if you guys want to hang out with that, I can put you on the screen to talk to Kenny, or if you want, ask a question and I'll give it to Kenny. Kenny Arnoff is a great drummer. I'm waiting on Will Calhoun, Thomas Lang, and Charlie Adams. Charlie Adams, if you don't know who that is, he played with Yanni, and you know who Thomas Lang is, and Live in Color with Will Calhoun. All these guys have already said yes, but their dates, it's a little wacky because they have such a schedule, it's unbelievable. So when they have a Sunday at 3 o'clock free time, we're going to hang out and do that. Now, last Sunday or Sunday before that, I had Bruce Becker, and Bruce Becker, man, is a great technician, absolutely. And I had a lot of response for that. This Sunday, I'm going to have Mr. McKenzie. You know who Mr. McKenzie is? He's the one who rewrote the Buddy Rich book. Let me see if I have this. I have it someplace. Not the rewrite, but he also wrote a follow-up on it. That's Ted McKenzie. And he rewrote the Buddy Rich book. Is everybody familiar with the Buddy Rich book? And the Adler system, like this, which I don't agree with, but I did that. And it's just another system, and you have the choice of if it works for you to do it. For me, it didn't work, but it's not a wrong approach. Okay, he wrote another book, like I said, Rudiments Around the Kit. It all comes from the Buddy Rich book. Great book, man. There's a lot of good ideas. Opened up a lot of doors for me because he sent me his book, and I've been looking at it and trying some things on the drum set. So he's going to be cool. That's going to be at 3 p.m. this Sunday. So if you guys have any questions, boom, hit up on it. Also, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, there's a radio station. We're going to do a round table. It's called Around the Kit. And if I get everybody the phone number, if you'd like, you can call in. And we're going to have an interview and question and answer. It's going to be fun. So my Sundays are pretty booked when I have two things happening. But I'm going to be on this radio program every week. Okay, so if anybody wants the phone number, you can call in and listen to the interviews that we have from your phone. I'll be talking. Joe will be talking. Whoever he's going to have this weekend, talk to Kenny Arnold. He's going to have Carl Lathman. You know who that is, gentlemen? He's going to have as one of the guests. I forgot the other guy. I just have so many things going through my mind. We're working on. I'm not a partner with him. We're just good friends, and we sort of collaborate things together. You guys know who Rick Lathman is? Latham, or however you pronounce Latham. We all know who Rick is. Rick is going to be doing a show for me, and he's going to be doing a show for Joe. All right. So now let's get back to this. I'm sorry, the singles and doubles. I mean, I just love to talk. If you like somebody to talk, and he's a friend of mine, and I love it, is Daniel Glass. I hope there's no ladies watching, because he's like a lady talking. He never stops. But whatever comes out of his mouth, man, is very good knowledge. He's going to be doing a show for me here on the computer. Also, he's going to be doing a live show in my studio, which will be broadcast live. And that's a free event. Okay, that's like sort of a break for me. I was winging it. All right. Now, we're going to work with singles. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E, and then doubles. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the formula is an R is going to equal singles. 4 singles. And an L, it's always going to probably, if you start with the right hand, it's going to remain a right hand lead all the time. So if I did with that formula, line 1, okay, that's a right and a left, I'm going to have one E and the, that takes care of the first right. Then I have two E and the, which takes care of the left. So R equals singles, L equals doubles. Okay? So let's do line 1. So if you want me to slow it down, or is that okay, gentlemen? You want me to slow it down? Yes, no, maybe, perhaps. All right, I'll do it. See, I don't know the level of drummers. I'm sure that you're all seasoned and you're all players, and you're just like me, trying to learn as much as you can. So it's hard. No, okay. Thank you, Kevin. All right, I'll take this one tempo. Okay, so I'm going to do line 1. That's right, left, right, left, right, left all the time. So I have this. Now, if I go to line 3, because I skipped line 2, it's just the reverse of that. I could just do doubles and singles on line 2 rather. So it's the reverse of line 1. But if I go to line 3, this is where you can see this. I have 2 rights and 2 lefts. Now remember, the rights equal singles, so I have, and the lefts equal doubles. So with that pattern or that sequence with the formula becomes 1 E and the 2 E and the. Now do something like that with the metronome for 2 or 3 minutes, and your hands are going to fly. And this is not about obtaining a whole lot of speed. It's about obtaining a whole lot of control. Because if the control don't exist, the speed's never going to happen. So you got to go for the control, and if you want speed, it's there because you have control. Let's go to line 5. It's right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Okay? So right is equal to singles. L is equal to doubles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said, everyone has their own personality. And it develops as something muscle-wise as a lead or an attack with the hand. And you have to have control. If you notice, when I'm doing singles, what I try to do is keep the same heights. See that? Or when I'm doing doubles. That missed. See it? That's where you're going to get the equalness of sound. Okay, so now you're going to have this. And singles. I try to do that for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's really good. You need a lot of control. And what's really important, besides the control, it comes with the control, is concentration. Now, you know, you guys are all adults, I'm assuming. You know, we all have a lot of responsibilities. And, you know, sometimes your mind gets cluttered with, oh, man, I got to pay my gas and electricity. Oh, I got a car payment. Oh, I got a mortgage payment, so on and so forth. Or you had a bad day wherever you work, or you had a bad day with your students, or whatever. And all these things are going to enter your mind when you're playing something slow. And one of the greatest exercises is to let them, don't let them in, is to concentrate 1,000,000% on what you do. You'll be very, very successful. I have to admit, when I do sometimes practice, well, not my practice, but sometimes that happens to me, and I lose focus. Where am I? And that's not a good thing. It's just, you know, I have a full plate, and these things keep arising. So that's one of the things about this. If you have focus, you're gonna, you know, and you got to eliminate all the garbage from your mind. See, when I put the drumsticks in my hands and I'm going to practice or I'm going to play, I try to have the whole world go away. And the only thing that exists is what I'm practicing. That's hard. That really is. So the more you do it, the more accustomed you become to it, the better off you are. You know, a funny thing happened to me. I said that to my little daughter. She's 10 years old. She's in a school band. And we practice together. You know, we work together. And I told her about what I just said. When I pick the drumsticks in my hands, the whole world goes away. Just that comment right there. And I focus. And she said to me, Dad, if the whole world goes away, what are you focusing on? And that's got to be adorable. Now, last night, which was really funny, we were doing some reading exercises with her. And we came to a repeat sign, and I knew that, of course. But she said, you know, I passed the repeat, and she went back to where she had to go to from the repeat. And I said, what did you do? She goes, I did a repeat. I said, where's there a repeat? Here's what she said to me. Well, you're a teacher. You're supposed to know what a repeat is. You know, kids are so like adorable, man. But that's part of teaching. It's just a funny thing. She's an adorable little girl, and it's what I'm going to have her do. And this is for just showing a clear mind when you practice. No things are going through your mind. I'm going to have her do Joe Morello's Table of Time. Everybody familiar with that? From line 1 to line 6. At whatever tempo she would like. Are we familiar with the Table of Time, gentlemen? No, yes, maybe by chance. All right. So I'm going to have her do that. I'm going to have to make a video. And just to point out, you know, you have a little girl or a little boy, and they have a clean mind. And they are focused on what they're doing. They're not worried about paying anything or having any kind of problem, worried about somebody's going to come and shoot them or whatever. It's just a good exercise. Joe, you know the Table of Time. How about you, Kevin? And who else is in here? Who is that? Rip Kipper? Okay. Anyway, the Table of Time is the Joe Morello book. Let me get the cover. Oh, this old age stuff, man. His master studies. This one here. This is book 1. There's a book 2 someplace over there. And I do a lot of work out here. It's a very difficult book if you don't know the levels. It's actually a great book to work with, you know, for many, many reasons. You need to know the levels. And what's the beauty about this, whatever exercise in the beginning of the book or the first, you know, well, most of the exercises, if you don't use the level system, you're going to find yourself back down when you should be up. And it kind of comes out of the page and smacks you. Great hand exercise. All right, well, it's a great book. I'll do, first of all, you know what? Let me just do, I'm not going to do the Table of Time, the whole thing. It gets a little crazy and a lot of explanation. And I will do that soon. What I'm going to do is play groupings of 1 to groupings of 6. Okay? Now, we have triplets, quintuplets, sextuplets, or whatever. Now, if anybody don't know what that is, the sextuplet is 6 strokes to the quarter note. A quintuplet is 5 strokes in between the distance of the 2 quarter notes equal. And then the 16th note's 4, 1 E and the 2, and then the triplet. And the 8th notes, and the quarter note triplet, and quarter notes. Now, if you're not familiar with that, get the book, work on it. You know, put your face in it and say, all right, this is what I want to do. You should use this with a metronome. Let me see where I'm at with this tempo. Okay. I'm going to do this, say 72. 72 is my quarter note. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play one measure, not two measures, just so we do it over. And I will break down each line. Okay? The first line is just quarter notes. If I'm playing quarter notes, I have that, that's my not a groove, a tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I'm playing quarter notes. 3, 4. Notice that my right side and my left side sound the same. So now I just played a couple measures of quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next one is quarter note triplets. Is everybody familiar with the counting of triplets, the quarter note triplet? Now there's a couple different variations of counting out there with triplets, eighth note triplets or quarter note triplets. And some people go one ta-ta, two ta-ta, or one triplet, two triplet, or whatever. They're not wrong. If that works for you, go with it. But for me, I don't like that. So it really, it gets me confused. I have two sets of counting systems for an eighth note triplet. I count the eighth note triplet as 1 and 2. I'll play it for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and or for subdivisional reasons, 1, 2, 3, 1. Listen to the downbeat. That's how I enter triplets. Now, what's the relationship of the quarter note triplet to the eighth note triplet? The laws don't change. They remain the same. They might appear different or come at you differently. I have quarter notes. The law. 2 eighth notes equal 1 quarter note. You're not going to change it. Whether you're here in Somerville or you're in California or in Canada by Niagara Falls, that's what it is. Okay? There's a lot of different approaches to these things, and there's a lot going on. But before you can go there, you have to know what you're doing. The quarter note triplet, I'm going to take the 1, I'm going to play it up to 2. I'm going to play 3 notes, but I'm going to count 1 and 2 and. So here we go with the first note. 1 and. That's 2 eighth notes of the triplet. 1 and. Now, da, 2 and, da. Now I completed the whole thing. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. So I'm playing the triplet. 1 and the, here we go. 1 and the 2 and the 3. You guys already probably play it, but you're not, maybe some of you never broke it down or was explained to that way. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play line 1 of this particular page and line 2, back and forth. I might, hang out with line 1 for a little bit, then I go to line 2, and then back up to line 1. So back and forth. That gives me controlling my time. And that's what this is about. Table of time. It's your ability to lay down the time and to manipulate the time and to be creative with inside of the time. Now, once you learn this, you're going to find out this is extremely elementary. But as you're not familiar with it, you have to approach it like, oh man, the Army's coming to get me. Take it easy. Just approach it very intelligently and don't hurt yourself. Now I'm going to play line 1 and line 2. Here we go. That's my tempo. That's going to be 1, 2. Don't play my foot. 4. 1, 2. I'm going to go line 2. Now, what's happening there, if you noticed, when I hit the drum pad and I came back to the same position, my right hand and my left hand sounded the same. That's one of the objectives. Well, that's one of the main objectives of the stick control book. The way the system is to have the right hand and left hand sound the same. Okay? Now, what I just did, the quarter notes and quarter note triplets, I tried to make them both the same. If they weren't the same sound, I would make the adjustment. Maybe I'm hitting the right too hard or the left too hard, or maybe I have to hit this softer, maybe I have to hit that louder, whatever. But I have to make them come out equal. Now, in the book, Joe Morello's book here, The Table of Time, On line 3 is eighth notes. And he has every other eighth note accented. I don't go with that. What I do is play eighth notes, period, without accents, full strokes. Like so. So now, everybody knows how to play eighth notes. Like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, I'm going to play the first line, second line, and third line. The first line is the quarter note, second line quarter note triplet, third line, there. Third line, eighth notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3. Second line. Eighth notes. Back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplets. Quarter note. Eighth notes. Sorry. And then you really get into like focusing in and laying that time. If it's you hear it, you internalize it. You got the pulse going on, and that's making it strong. And you can do anything between those quarter notes. And now you can make any kind of combination you want here with those 3 lines. But that's another day. We're just learning the page. The next one is eighth note triplets, but this time he has an accent on the first beat of the triplet, and we're playing 4 triplets, which is 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and we're hitting the accent on 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's something like this is going to happen: down, up, tap, down, up, tap. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. So now we're going to do quarter notes, quarter note triplets, eighth notes, and eighth note triplets at 72. That's my quarter. 1, that's 1, 2. Here we go. Now, 1, 2. And I'm going to go back to the top when I finish. Level. Back to the top. Quarter note triplet. Eighth notes. Triplet. That's a good journey because you manipulate. You're not manipulating. You learn how to make your time stronger, which will eventually make you manipulate whatever you got to play melodically or harmonically. Okay, now we go to the next line. You can call it a chord tuplet. I never heard that term, but it's 4 notes. Okay, 16th notes. And you have four notes equal distant between the downbeat. Here's my downbeat. So that's 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, ba-doom. Accent the first stroke. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Now let's play line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to go back. When I finish the 16th, I'm going to go back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Eighth notes. Triplets, level, 16th, back, so on and so forth. If anyone is interested, on my channel, I have a video explaining this up to groups of 6. Okay? If you want to investigate or research that, that's cool. All right, so now we hit up to 4s. Now the quintuplets. Grouping of 5. Now that's going to be 5 equal strokes or notes between the downbeat. If I have my downbeat here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I got to get 5 notes equal. Okay, and let's go to the last one. I'm going to play the whole thing down for you. Let's go to the 16th, the grouping of 6. Now, what I do here, you can count this a couple different ways. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can count 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not recommended, those two ways. The way I like to count it, a grouping of 6, is 1 and 2 and 3 and. Man, computer, chill out, bro. All right. I like to play in groups of 6. Everybody left. Okay. Bye. Grouping of 6. Here we go. It's 1. You're on 6. It's 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now I'm going to put the metronome on. Joe, okay, good. Sorry. All right. Anyway, I'm going to put the metronome on, and I'm going to play from line 1. That's the chord notes down to groupings of 6. Over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 5s. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hot in here, gentlemen. All these lights. Does anybody have any questions? I'm doing another broadcast at 8 tonight, so if you guys want to come, hang out. If you want the PDFs, there's my email there. Email me and I'll send you the PDFs. And I'll also put you on my email list, my mailing list rather, so you could be aware of broadcasts like this, events that I'm going to have with different drummers on my live site and on this site. You'd be aware of it, that different things are happening. So that's entirely up to you. What's this? All right, good, Kevin. That's good. I'm glad, whatever I did now, I hope has helped you somewhat. And keep, throw the questions at me. I love questions. I'll try to answer them if I can. And if I can't, we'll, jump in and let me hear your approach. You can hear my approach, and I'll listen to the other guy's approach. And it's about sharing, about learning, and being happy. That's all. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to close up. As I've been on here like just about an hour and a half. I said 12, but I came on earlier. Yeah, it's the table. Let me see something. Hold on. Yeah, it's the table of time. Now, if you don't have the book, I can send you PDF from what I just did now, from the groupings of 1 to groupings of 6. So, like I said, email me, and I will send it to you. And I'll send you today's lesson and a few other PDFs, so you can come back with 1,000 questions and beat me up or whatever, okay? But anyway, you have anything today? Any questions? Like I said, I hope I helped you out somewhat. Give you a better day to go ahead and be happy and say, all right, I'm cool. I'm going to work on that or whatever. So, one last call. Any questions? What's happening? Is it freezing or what? Well, that's a good thing, man. That's a great thing. But email me, okay, Kevin? I'll send you the material. Who else is left in here? Is Kevin? Kip, are you still in here? Anyway, if you go up to the top of the chat, you'll see my email or my Skype contact. You want to talk to me in person, just give me a call on Skype. I'll talk to you, And if you want the PDFs, email me. You'll be put on my mailing list, and I'll send you the PDFs. Is that fair? Yes. No problem, Eddie. Okay, gentlemen. Tonight, 8 p.m. I'm going to try to do it a whole hour, 8 to 9. I was on 11:30, so it's just about an hour and 15 minutes, and I just need to relax. So with that being said, gentlemen, we're gonna close it down. Okay. Okay.